Meg cried out loud as Queen confirmed Sussex officially lost all royal roles after latest interview. Meghan Markle's decision to voice her opinion on the controversial decision on abortion by the US Supreme Court may clash with the pledge made 2 years ago to the Queen by the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, a royal expert has suggested. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex pledged to uphold the Queen's values even after stepping down as full-time working members of the firm in the spring of 2020. However, Meghan's latest interview focused on the overturning of the Roe v. Wade ruling by her country's Supreme Court may send her on a collision course with the Sussexes' promise, the Daily Express royal correspondent Richard Palmer suggested. Taking to Twitter, Mr. Palmer wrote, "This is interesting with a potential impact on the monarchy. The US Supreme Court decision has shocked many in the UK. The PM and opposition politicians have criticised it. But would the Queen or any working royal speak out about it? It's a tricky one. Although Meghan's a US citizen, she and Harry volunteered to uphold the Queen's values when they quit their royal roles. Is voicing opinions about a controversial constitutional issue in another country consistent with that pledge?" The expert then made a comparison between Meghan's words on the Roe v. Wade's ruling in her most recent interview and the roundtable discussion led by the Duchess of Cambridge on early childhood earlier this month. He said, "On the other hand, you could argue that Kate lobbying government ministers to do more to support children in their early years was treading close to the line. But the real red lines are where it's a UK party political controversy or diplomatically embarrassing for Britain." Kate's meeting was attended by, among other officials, Health Secretary Sajid Javid on June 16. The attendees discussed the results of a survey carried out by Ipsos on behalf of the Royal Foundation's Centre for Early Childhood and aimed at showing there is a real appetite in the country to see children's mental health being prioritised. When speaking about Meghan and Harry's pledge, Mr. Palmer referred to a statement issued by Buckingham Palace in January 2020, after the Duke and Duchess had announced their decision to step back as senior royals and the summit held in Sandringham by leading members of the firm to thrash out the Sussexes' exit deal. Upon outlining the terms of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex's exit, the statement read, "With the Queen's blessing, the Sussexes will continue to maintain their private patronages and associations. While they can no longer formally represent the Queen, the Sussexes have made clear that everything they do will continue to uphold the values of Her Majesty." Yesterday, Vogue published an interview with Meghan and fellow feminist Gloria Steinem. The pair discussed with journalist Jessica Yellin the US Supreme Court's move to overturn the 1973 ruling which granted in all 50 states abortion rights. Meghan delved into the impact this decision will have on women of color in particular, and how more rights such as same-sex marriage could be at risk in the US. Saying that dismantling the Roe v. Wade ruling feels like the tip of the iceberg, the Duchess said, "We have to channel that fear into action. We can start this November in the midterms. I know hearing that feels so repetitive, but we have to vote, every time, from local elections to state and national elections." Among other topics, the Duchess also spoke about how men can be involved in supporting reproductive rights, using Prince Harry as an example. She said, "Men need to be vocal in this moment and beyond because these are decisions that affect relationships, families, and communities at large. They may target women, but the consequences impact all of us. My husband and I talked about that a lot over the past few days. He's a feminist too." In other news, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have come under fire due to their alleged desires to be branded centre stage material at the Queen's Jubilee. Royal expert Katie Nicholl made this claim in her interview with True Royalty TV's The Royal Beat. She began her observation by offering some insight into the real reason Prince Harry and Meghan Markle preferred flying back, to staying for the entire celebrations. She explained, "I honestly think it's because they knew that they wouldn't be in that front row. And why did they leave the royal family? They left because they weren't in the front row. I believe that's why they weren't at the other celebrations as they did not have center stage seats.